you were right in stating that the ceasefire that Trump is doing on the IRGC regime is causing way more damage than the strikes himself, because there's a lot of ultra radical people that want the conflict to resume. And the ceasefire, along with the naval blockade, is hurting the IRGC even more than the airstrikes. Why we need to be patient and rely on President Trump's strategy? Because he's aware, of course, that the Iranian people need the weapons. So why we need to be patient instead of making rumors on social media like Axios.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't think we need to hold back. I mean, I do agree. I do think that the combination of the kinetic military operations and the naval blockade and then Operation Economic Fury, like not just the naval blockade, all the taking over of the crypto wallets, the closing the financial loopholes that the Islamic Republic uses to get paid, and then on top of that, the negotiations and the ceasefire, the mind games that President Trump is playing with the Islamic Republic, either intentionally or unintentionally. I actually don't know. It's either 5D, 50D chess or just accidentally working out beautifully. I don't know. Like, I, 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 I can't read minds. I don't know which one it is, but it's working beautifully when it comes to dividing the Islamic Republic, turning them against each other. I've never seen this much political division within the Islamic Republic. I've been following them for as long as I remember. The level of infighting is this. It's the most entertaining, beautiful, hopeful thing to watch. Like I've been talking about for the past 5 years. I've been talking about the Islamic Republic's greatest weakness being the internal division, and this is their Achilles heel. And if anything breaks, it will bring them down. It's this, right? So you could keep bombing these people. Someone's mic is open. Please close them. You could keep bombing them. Bomb aerial bombing. If you don't have ground invasion, it's not going to topple the Islamic Republic. Even if you mix that with, even if you mix that with, basically blockade, a naval blockade, it will hurt the Islamic Republic a lot, but it's not going to weaken them to the point where they can't just mass slaughter the Iranian people. They will make enough revenue to be able to pay for suppression force of the uprising to do mass casualty on the Iranian people. Like you could bring their revenue to reduce their revenue to billions and billions of dollars, but as long as they have their last $2 or $3 billion, they will cut everything and they will just keep continue to pay their mercenaries to just slaughter the Iranian people so that they will crush the uprising. So I'm not saying the military operation is not work, it doesn't work. It obviously is required. I'm not saying the naval blockade is not working, is required, but it's not enough. You need to, so all of that is basically just, it's not going at the root. The Islamic Republic and all of these other like terrorist motherfuckers, their ideology, if it survives and you just cut the top, and don't go at the root and then leave them, it will grow back again. You need to go back. You need to go at the root. And there's this myth that you will never be able to destroy the root. The ideology will always survive, and no matter how many times you destroy them, they will come back, and you can never destroy the ideology. That is not true. You could destroy their ideology. You just not need to understand their ideology. You need to understand how to humiliate them. You need to be able to figure out a way to make them humiliate each other, because if it comes from you, it's not going to be as effective because you're just a Zionist imperialist who hates them. So who gives a fuck? You need to get them point at how humiliated they are, and you could how much they have been defeated, and you could only do that by by causing internal division, and the internal division will make their own people attack them each other, point out their own defeat. So you could deny that you're being defeated if we point out that you're being defeated, because here's the thing: you will defeat the Islamic Republic not when you actually defeat them in the battlefield. You have to defeat them in the narrative field. You need to make them convinced that they have lost, right? If they lose but they think that they have won, they haven't actually lost. You need to get to a point where they could be like, okay, fuck, we lost. And you cannot achieve that by killing them. You cannot achieve them by blowing shit up. You only achieve that by, in addition to killing them and blowing them up, you get some of their own people to point the finger at themselves and be like, you failed, you fucked up because of this and this, right? And you need to get regimes followers who follow people who they respect. Those people who they respect, they need to be the source of the narrative that they're losing. That's what you need. And you only get that with internal division. You only get that by causing infighting amongst them. And that's what the ceasefire has achieved. That's what negotiating with the Islamic Republic has achieved. And that's what President Trump has achieved. Now, am I suggesting that you need to just sit back and just let things happen and not put pressure for more things happening? No, I'm not saying that. Again, someone's mic is open. I don't know why. Who's it? Who is? Okay, so wait for me to finish. The I'm not saying that at all. I think like there is criticism here. I think the Iranian people should have been armed way before. Maybe they're doing that, maybe they're not. I don't know, but we don't know. A lot of people are confident that the Iranian people are already being armed. I don't know that. I think we should assume that they're not, so that we push for them being armed. I think that we are like, should we be active on social media pushing President Trump to do more? Yes, of course, but we have to do that respectfully, because if we turn against President Trump, that will backfire. Just ask Zelensky, that backfires. You need to ask respectfully for the things that you want. And I think the main thing that you need to be pushing for is to arm the Iranian people, because that's the part that is missing. When it comes to maximum pressure, I think we're on the right track. The maximum pressure, we killed Khamenei, we killed 60 of the IRGC leaders. That was military operations, good. We're putting economic, naval blockades on the ports. We're closing out the financial institutions, the loopholes. We're taking over the crypto wallets. That's good. Politically, we're dividing them. Psychological warfare, information warfare, maximum pressure upon the Islamic Republic. That's fantastic. All of that is good. But that's only half the game. Maximum pressure on the Islamic Republic needs to be followed by maximum support on the Iranian people. And I think the best way to support the Iranian people is to arm them. You want to be active on social media. Help me get that message out. Help me get that message out. I'm basically taking the voice of the Iranian people from inside Iran. Videos sent to me saying that we need to be armed. Um, you could just amplify that. I'll put the link in the chat of that video that is going viral as we speak. I'll put it in the link in the YouTube chat. I'll put it in the link of the school chat. That's what I want you guys to do if you want to get maximum support for the Iranian people. I think our campaign is one of the most successful ones when it comes to trying to get the Iranian people what they need. So that was my answer.
Uh, it was a very beautiful analysis. Like, I didn't expect an analysis to be so deep. So what I was meaning is that the best way to liberate Iran is, it has to do with a lot of strategies: naval blockade, arming the Iranian people, making divisions within the regime, like doing narrative divisions, and then maybe airstrikes. But for me, the biggest ones that will lead to the collapse of the regime is arming the Iranian people, divisions, and the naval blockade. I think those three are the biggest ones that will lead to the collapse of the regime. Also, with airstrikes to help bring down generals. Those four things are the ones that will lead to the collapse.
All right, and thank you very much, Pedro. We are a little short on time, so we're going to move on to the replies. To reply, we have Raham. Go ahead, Raham.
Okay, thank you. Is my mic better now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Being a little bit away from. Sometimes we get frustrated, like, oh, maybe if I get closer.
No,
Sometimes
I
having.
have a headset in, that's why. If it's not okay, I'll just skip somebody else. I don't want to sound.
No, I think you're understandable. What do you think, Armin? Is it? You think you can get his question in?
Yeah, I think just remove the microphone a little bit farther away from your mouth, and then you should be fine.
It's okay. You go ahead.
Oh.
All right. Next to reply was me. One of the things that I wanted to point out, and I'm putting Jeff behind me because he can probably better use what I'm talking about to help support or negate what I'm thinking here. Another part that we're not seeing is that these internal divisions, as much as they are for show or are they are real, and I believe some of them are very real, they may lead to being able to prove to the rest of the world that this is a regime that cannot be dealt with. We have never seen the new boss. The old boss is dead. And these people say one thing and then they do another. Like recently, they announced, oh, we shot at a ship. And CENTCOM have to say, no, you didn't shoot at a ship. So who put that message out there? Is it someone in the regime against another side of the regime that is putting these messages out? What is going on here? Why are they saying things that would end the ceasefire, doing things that they say that would end the ceasefire, and the other half of the regime is trying to make a deal, right? So do they do it for show? Do they do it because they're really cracking? I believe there's a little bit of both of that, but the more this happened, the more the world can see that this is not a regime that has any cohesion. This is not a real government. This is a divided government, and that gives the world permission to declare like a government in exile or start seeking other people in Iran to work with, the Pavlovic plan and maybe bring him back later. Like, however that plays out, the more division there is inside, the easier it is for the outside to declare a government in exile, to declare the government non-functional. So that's an aspect that when you're looking just like, do we have to deal with these people? No, we don't. Like the more they stay divided, the more they show division, the less we have to deal with them. I may be wrong about this, but I would defer Jeff, who is a bit more knowledgeable on this, and I'm going to pass it off to him and then go back to Raham because we can kind of understand you and we really want to welcome everyone, get a chance in. So if you could get your mic situation situated, work on that, and let's give a chance to Jeff to come in here and speak on this.
First, I'm going to say something, Sketch. You have definitely been born again hard, bro. Fucking outstanding. Holy shit. I'm proud of Sketch. And I love you, Cricket. So, yeah, Armin's not wrong about showing division within the mullah regime. Amir, Cricket, and others are not wrong in the sense that a military campaign will definitely expedite a lot of things and minimize the cost in some cases. Even if you have maximum military campaign, that's like something I pushed. 5x5, 39,000 targets hit in 5 days. Right? The regime is dead. You still have the regime remnants that are all fragmented. Actually, it would probably even more fragment them, because not have no leadership that you still have to deal with. So Armin, Amir, and others are all equally correct as in the sense that they all are focusing on the broader, a specific element that comprises a broader comprehensive solution. To those that are like, but it's like similar to Obama, this is nothing like Obama. In the past, in the 5 days of military campaigns, 21,000 targets were obliterated by the US and Israel. Not the same. Additionally, above and beyond like US and Israel, those are important. I meant what I said about the free peoples of the world are with you. Ukrainian defense forces are with you. Zelensky met with His Highness Prince Reza Pahlavi. There is efforts to leverage Ukraine's specific assistance above and beyond short-range drones. One way or another, the mullah regime remnants is fucking dead. The goal now has to be, how do we minimize the cost for Iranian civilians who have so gallantly showed that the regime doesn't represent them? The world heard you. So I just wanted to point that out. Armin, you're not wrong. All parts of these things are being pursued at different levels. And Shadi, you reach out to me because that strategy you're asking, that's already almost done. You should be part of the lecture series I'm going to hopefully put together with Armin real soon. I want you part of that.
All right. Next to reply on this topic is Mikey Hartman.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm new here. I didn't know. I'm not exact. I just got on right now, so I definitely wanted to talk about something. I just don't know if I can talk about what I want to talk about.
We'll try to squeeze you in here. Put a one in the topic. I have a one from you on training people of Iran.
That is correct.
Okay, we sort of spoke on it. If you'd like a late reply on that, we could just squeeze you in so you can get a late reply on that. And
Sure.
and for the rest of the topics, I'm sorry, everyone else. I'm gonna have to go rapid fire because we're really short on time. But because Mike is new here, I wanted him to have the opportunity, if that's possible. Armin, I'm gonna mute myself. You let me know what.
Yeah, no. First of all, Sketch, you're in charge. Okay, so you decide. Also, I think it's good to remind people that we're not short on time. We're only short on time for when I'm here because there is no limit to these discussions. Once I leave, we don't close this group call, and you guys could just speak for days in the same as for as long as you want. You could stay here and continue the conversation. So the only rush is for people who are interested in talking to me. Jeffrey, I think will be here. Sketch will be here after I leave, and you guys could continue. But yeah, Sketch, what are we doing? And Mikey's gonna add something right now.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, okay. First off, you guys are doing a great job. I found you guys, and keep on doing what you're doing. You guys are awesome. I'm a retired lieutenant colonel from the Israeli army. I served for 22 years. I was the head sharpshooter of Israel for about 2 decades. And I built the shooting school of Israel. So I trained about 500,000 soldiers, and I wrote the Israeli doctrine how to shoot a gun. I was the CO for about 15 years.
Oh my God. You got this.
I'm sorry. When you're on the app, you have to be careful that the screen doesn't close because it will mute you. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know where I got cut off. So in any case, real quick, I was a CO for 15 years after I retired. I'm an old man already. And I try to take my brain and put it into a course that teaches people how to shoot with a rifle. It's like a 9-hour online course. And I would love to donate those courses to anyone who may need that in Iran if and when they ever get.
If and when they may need that, I'll go ahead.
Yes. If and when they may need that, I would be honored to help them out. So it's the only thing I know. If you ask my wife, she'll tell you it's my only gift. All I can do is teach people how to shoot. That's all I did my whole life. And if I can help, I would love to help.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Mike, I'm gonna make you a VIP member so you have access to all our calls, okay?
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me make you VIP. Okay, that's fantastic. So yeah, message me on school. We could talk about that. Let's talk about
Very
that.
cool.
Okay.
Anything you guys need. This is the only gift I have, as I said. So, we go into night shooting and moving targets and stoppages and how to change magazines and standing position and ballistics and zeroing and how to hold a gun in all different positions. So it's very, I wrote the doctrine for Israel. So it's basically my doctrine in videos. And the objective is just to give people knowledge that if they ever do get a rifle, they know what to do with it.
Is this your channel, Cherev Gidon?
No. He was a student of mine, to be honest. So he takes my doctrine and he trains it in New York, up in Pennsylvania, I think, or New Jersey or something. But I know who he is. But no, I was the commander of that in the IDF. So it was my thing. I ran the school for about 17 years.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, we'll talk then. We'll talk. Fantastic.
Okay, cool. I'm always here, guys.
Thank you.
Keep on doing what you guys are doing. We love you.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Thank you for the support. Amazing. Guys, look at this. Well, our army is turning into a literal army.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.